Nipsey is a modern Renaissance man. He was well-rounded, he was knowledgeable, he's an avid reader, he was a gangster, he was community-centered, he was well-spoken, he was relatable.
And he represents action. He represents economic action. I said he was reading so much. I looked at the interviews and saw he was reading so many books.
Can you express to people how important it is to read?
A lot of my best ideas, a lot of my business savvy, which I ain't the smartest dude, but I know what I know. You know, it came from books.
I was like, yo, if these are the books that are creating this man, yeah, we need to jump on that. When that man died, I cried like a baby. I was so nervous that everything was going to end, that all the work that he put in was going to stop.
When the funeral's over and when the procession through the streets is over, what's next? Like, something has to be done to help people more in a constructive way. So that's why I started the book club with y'all. The book we chose was The 22 Immutable Laws of Marketing by Jack Trout and Al Reeves, and it's a really easy read, so I just want to know you guys' thoughts.
And when we say literate, not just with reading, we're pushing literate in finance, literate in just understanding what a real community means. Just because we're black and we live in the same neighborhood does not mean it's a community.
I really admired his commitment to give back to his community. That's something that is heavily embedded in me.
Showing love, raising the expectation of young that come out the hood, and we don't understand why the police want to hate on that. But guess what? We're gonna turn the negative to a positive. Turn it up, man. We out here, yeah.
Nipsey is from Crenshaw. He's a fixture everywhere. We had a business opening, he comes and supports it. And like little things like that just shows how important it is to always like be a champion of your own community. You build where you live, build where you represent. The luxury of being in the district is that we can go to Esselwan and he can tell you, oh yeah, Nipsey came here and asked about this book. And they'll say, oh yeah, by the way, here's a list of books that he's read. I was thinking about why he read these books, and I think it translates really good in terms of what he did with his own business moves. Because the Marathon store, I've never seen a store like that.
Like today coming here, I felt like Marathon came from this book.
Marathon is Nipsey's store, became like a hub. Like everybody wanted to come from all over the country to check it out, buy a Crenshaw t-shirt. Yeah, it's gated off right now. We're in the alley where, you know, everything went down.
Grammy-nominated rapper Nipsey Hussle shot and killed outside his own clothing store in Los Angeles.
Nobody knew how serious it was, but when they said that he was shot in the head, the whole vibe of that whole street changed.
The community was deflated. He had us on a high, because we were like, look at the community's son. He's raising us up to another level. He's doing it all. All the talk is action, finally. We're reading these books for a purpose, to create a better community. And that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna put all this work into action and keep on going. The next month, start the book club. We put it out there that we were going to have it. People were on board. Like, people were really excited about it.
Our community is on life support.
Everybody have a difference of opinion, and it's all shared in a respectful manner. Everybody is educated. You know, that's just a beautiful thing to be around that I don't encounter very often.
That's the impact. The impact created what we're doing. We created the book club, and it's creating so much more, because this is not just a book club, but we are trying to put plan into action.
You know, you meet people here who are serving other facets of the community, using their talents and their skills to give back in other ways. Nipsey did that in his music, and music has a way of bringing people together.
Dance with the devil and test all faith. I was thinking chess moves, but it was God grace.
And when you no longer have that, how do you still give people that sense of community and encouragement? And it's through learning together.
We are community-based and clout-free. So now people are saying, oh, I want to do one too. And I try to tell them, like, as long as your intentions are pure, you're community-centered, like, we'll help. At the end of the day, he's a brilliant mind. There's so many of them out here. If they only had the proper encouragement or resources or environment or something in schools that would allow them to say, hey, I'm a brilliant mind too, I can do the same thing he did. He represents so much for our generation. Like, a lot of our previous generations, they have like their icons, their Malcolms, their Martins, their Garveys, but like we have somebody now where he represents us, and that's Nipsey, that's everywhere.